Hello, good afternoon. So, I'll let you know today we are going to start determinant, which is somehow a function of matrix, a special matrix, square matrix, which is a matrix having same number of rows and columns. So, here in case of determinant, we associate a number to the matrix. In general, matrix is not a number. We have a collection of numbers which are well arranged. We call it matrix. So matrix is some well arranged number, but it is not a number. It is a collection of numbers. Okay. So matrix doesn't have any value. Matrix is just a structure. So we are going to associate a particular number to a matrix. So how to associate it? Suppose if you ask me to associate a number, suppose if I ask what is the order of the matrix? Of course, it is square matrix. As we are going to deal with square matrix, its order is suppose 3, 4. Instead of saying 3 by 3, you can say it is of order 3. That is a number. For other numbers, you can think of suppose how many elements are there in the matrix. That is also a number. But somehow you can see that these numbers, suppose the order of the matrix or how many elements are there in the matrix, is somehow not related to the matrix. Why so? It is not related to the elements of the matrix. So if I say how many elements are there in a matrix, the number depends on the size of the matrix, not on the entries of the matrix. So whatever be the entries of the matrix, it is independent of that one. Yes. So we associate a number which is entirely depends on the entries of the matrix. Then only you can say it is a function of the matrix or entries of the matrix. So, okay, let us share my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see what is written there.
Yes, sir.
It is determinant. So, as I said, determinant is a function of a matrix. For now, whenever we talk about matrices, we mean square matrices. Suppose we have any square matrix of order 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you can consider. Suppose 5, 4, 3, 2. This one is square matrix. So we are going to associate a number to this particular matrix. It is square matrix, although you can see. So how to associate a number? One simple thing you can do that if I consider the sum of all the entries of the matrix, that is a number associated with the matrix because that number is entirely depends on the entries of the matrix. Yes, that way you can find different numbers associated with a given matrix. But what we are going to discuss is very special determinant. It is so determinant is a special number associated with a given matrix and it has very significant role while solving equation, finding inverse and so on. So before finding the determinant of this matrix, suppose I consider a 1 by 1 matrix. Can you have a 1 by 1 matrix?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 1 by 1 matrix looks like this one. A single entry. This 1 by 1 row, 1 column. And you see, I can have also negative matrix like minus 5. This one is a matrix. These two are matrices. Now, as we are going to discuss determinant, there will be some symbol for determinant because you know this first bracket or the third bracket are reserved for matrices. So what is the symbol for determinant of a matrix? Suppose this one is a matrix. Now suppose this one is. So I will denote the determinant of this particular matrix as determinant of this. Or in short, not in short. So we write A in between 1. Okay, so but don't confuse this with absolute value. In case of real number, so if I write mode of minus 5, it is something 5. Yes, so here in case of matrix, it is not so. So it is not the absolute value, it is something else we are going to define. So the symbol is like absolute value symbol, it is written inside two bars, but it is not absolute value. Okay, so we read it as determinant of A, not absolute value of A. And now, how to define it? First thing, symbol is clear, that A or A within two bars. Okay. Now let us define for different matrices. Different matrices means as we have only square matrices in our class. First we consider one by one square matrix, something like this one. Okay. So if I have A equal a singular, if I have A as a one by one matrix, suppose the entry is simply A. Then the definition is, this one is a definition, this one is nothing but the entry. Got it? If you have a one by one matrix, then the determinant of that particular matrix is simply the entry of the matrix because it has only one entry. Is it clear? So if I have to find determinant of this matrix, suppose if I write A equal to that one minus 5, then what is the determinant? It is simply minus 5, not 5. Simply the entry of the matrix is known as the determinant if the matrix is of one by one order. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So simply if I write, suppose B equal
Yes, sir.
2.75, then what is the determinant? Determinant of B is that number 2.75. Okay. For one by one matrix, it is nothing but the entry of the matrix. Clear, all of you? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, of course, we have to discuss 2 by 2 matrices. One by one is very easy. Yes. So
Yes,
we
sir.
have to go for 2 by 2 matrix. So 2 by 2 matrix I can write in terms of A11, A22 that way, or suppose simply write it as B, C. Yes, because 2 by 2 is also simple. Instead of writing A11, A22, A21, A22, I can write this way. So now, in case of 2 by 2 matrix, the definition of the determinant is, first, you know what are the diagonal entries? Diagonal entries are main diagonal A and B. Yes, take their product. Then the minus sign. Then other two entries, that is non-diagonal entries or off-diagonal entries, take their product. That is B. So that's it. So if you have a 2 by 2 matrix, then how to find the determinant? First multiply the diagonal entries, that is main diagonal entries. Then again multiply the off diagonal entries, then subtract it. Got it? Or in the symbol, if A, B, C, D is the matrix, then what is the determinant? It is AD minus BC. That's it. Clear? Okay? So,
Yes, sir.
if I consider this one as the first matrix I took, A equal 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you tell me what is the determinant? 5 into 2 minus
Yes,
4
sir.
into 3. Yes? Okay, let me write that one again. So if A equal, okay, instead of writing A, B, A equal something, B equal, so simply I can write this way also. That is A, B, C, D. For one by one matrix, this may be confusing. You may confuse with the absolute value, because if I write this one as mode of A, you will think that it is modular. So for one by one, it is better to write A equal minus 5, this matrix. For 2 by 2 onwards, instead of writing A equal this bracket, then again using this sign, I can simply write this one as a matrix. That is matrix. I have ABCD and determinant I am considering of that particular matrix. So it is AB minus B. Okay. So simply I mean this one. If I use this particular symbol, I mean ABCD, A, B, D is a 2 by 2 matrix, and I am considering the determinant of that particular matrix. So this bracket is omitted. Clear? So if I write, suppose, okay, I will say that I think I will something like this. Okay. I don't know. What is the value here? First, I have to multiply the diagonal entries. So I have the diagonal entries as 5 cross 6. Then I have to subtract the multiplication of off diagonal entries. Yes? So what will be the value? 5 6 are 30 minus 8, it is 20.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us slightly change the numbers. Suppose again 5 6 minus 4 2. Then I slightly change it. So diagonal entries are clear. I have to multiply the diagonal entries 5 with 6. Then minus. Then what I have to write? Of diagonal entries I have minus 4 into 2.
Minus 4 into
Okay.
2.
So what we have 5 into 6 again 30. But here minus and again I have minus. It will become plus. So it will be 38. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Suppose again I change it. 5 minus 4 minus 2 6. Now again 5 into 6 minus it is minus 4 minus 2. So what is the answer here? It is again
22.
22. Do you see? I think all of you can calculate this much at least. So now again suppose I change this one is minus. Now can you tell me what is the answer? It is minus 5 into minus 6. Then minus of minus 4 into minus 2. So what I have minus 5, it is again 30 and again it is minus 8. Sorry, I made a mistake. It is plus 6. Yes, I will say that I can write simply minus 5 into 6. Sorry. So it is minus 30, then minus 8. So what is the answer?
Minus 38.
Minus 38.
Minus.
Okay.
Okay, as I wrote minus 6, let me write that way again. So minus 5, minus 4, minus 2, minus 6. Now, minus 5 into minus 6 minus of minus 4 into minus 2. Okay, so minus ultimately becomes plus 5 is 30, minus 8 it is 22.
Yes, sir.
So if I have a 2 by 2 matrix, it's very simple. First multiply the diagonal entries. Okay, then subtract the product of diagonal entries. That's it. Isn't it very simple? Now, what are we going to discuss?
3 by 3 matrix.
3 by 3. Okay. So, if you have understood how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, then I don't think that you would find difficult how to find the determinant of a 3 by 2 matrix, because the definition or the way of finding the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix entirely depends on the 2 by 2 determinant. Okay. It depends on 2 by 2 matrix, right? 2 by 2 determinant. Let us see, instead of writing A, B, C that way, or instead of writing symbol, okay, let me simply write this way. I think all of you can understand. I'm going to find A, B, C, D, E, F, F, I, I, J, K. Okay. You can use other symbols also, like whatever it is. I have simply written I, J, K. Okay. So I have a 3 by 3 matrix presented A, B, C, D, E, F, I, J, K, and I have to find the determinant of that matrix. So I have used the symbol determinant here. Now the definition, you may find it a bit difficult at first, but here what you can do, you can choose any row or any column. You have the freedom to choose any row or any column. Suppose I choose the first. You can see somehow first row is marked. If I choose the first row or the first column, it is comparatively easier, but you can choose any row or any column. Let me choose the first row. Okay, but first row is not enough. First row is here I have, yes, A, B, and C. Yes, you can see I have A, B, and C. But as I say, determinant of a matrix depends on all the entries of the matrix. Yes, so only A, B, C is not sufficient. What more I have to do? I have to associate the other entries, because D, E, F, I, J, these entries are also there in the matrix. So the determinant depends on all the entries. So as I said, you can choose any row or any column. I have chosen here A, B, C, that is the first row. Now I am going to multiply each of them, that is A, B, C, by some other number. Here number is not directly number, it is another matrix. Okay, it is another matrix. before writing the matrix, let me give here minus B because you have to memorize this one, or you can use it as a formula. A, first one is whatever row you choose, first, second here. First one will be positive, then minus, then plus. Or in other words, the middle will be negative. That's it. Okay. Now I will multiply each of them A, B, C by some number, or not directly number, by some determinant. Determinant is also a number. So how to multiply the numbers? So first A. So you can see if I choose the entry here A in the matrix, already A, B, C first row I have taken, so forget about that row, and now also forget the column where A is present. Okay, if you forget the column where A is present, what I have E, F, J, K. Yes, I have E, F, J, K. Consider the determinant of that particular matrix. E, F, J, K. Got it? I have first taken A, B, C, and the middle is negative. Then A, B, C already taken. Forget about the first row. Or in other words, you can say I will multiply A with the determinant. What kind of determinant it is? So in the matrix, if I remove the row and column where A is present, do you see? If I remove the row and the column, if I remove this particular row and the column here, both row and column where A is present, then I will have a 2 by 2 matrix. E, F, J, K. I know how to find determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. So if I write that particular determinant, then minus B. Again for minus B, I will do the same thing. That is, if I remove the row and column where B is present, you can see B is present in the first row and in the second column. So what I have ultimately D, F, I, K. Do you see? D, F, I, K. So I will multiply this. Okay, do you see this? So I multiply D with D, F, I, K. So what are D, F, I, K? If I simply ignore the rows and columns where that particular element, that is B, is present, then I have this one, D, F. So this, because I can plus this one. Again for C, simply ignore the row and column where C is present. You can see in the first row A, B, C, and column the last column. What I have, can you tell me, any of you? What should I write here?
So D, E, I, J.
D,
D,
E,
I,
I,
J.
J.
D, E, I.
I, J.
So that's it. So you can choose any row or any column, but it's always better to find which first row or first column. So I have choose the first row A, B, C. Now what I have to do? Multiply A with a determinant, a 2 by 2 determinant. Which determinant? If I ignore the row and column where A is present, I will have a 2 by 2 matrix. Consider that determinant. Then minus, middle one will be minus, negative. But I have B because I choose the first row. Then multiply B with another determinant. What is that? Simply ignore the row and column where B is present. Then I have, if I remove this column and the row, I have D, F, I, K. Then plus C, because only the middle one is minus, C, multiply C with a determinant where the determinant is obtained by removing the row and column where C is present. That is here D, E, I, J. Okay. So whatever you get after calculation, or if you want to write it simply, you can, you know, the value of the determinant, here it is EK minus FJ. Okay, here minus B, you know how to find it, DK minus FI plus C DJ minus B. Now you can calculate whatever with the value is given, you can calculate. Is it clear? All of you understood how to find it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us try to find, as I said, that you can choose any row or any column. Let us try to find which column also. Suppose if one of you want to choose column, suppose if you choose first column, that is ADI, then also you can find the determinant, this value determinant. Suppose if you choose ADI, then first A is there, you have to multiply with a determinant. What is that? Again, if you remove the row and column where A is present, That is again EF, J, K. Okay, now as I said, you are going to choose the first column. So the second next is D. Yes, this will be minus D. As I said, middle term is always negative. Then I have to choose another determinant. What is that? As I have chosen D, so I have to ignore the column and row where D is present. If I ignore that one, this second row and first column. What I have? Can you tell me? What do I have?
BCJK.
BJK.
B, C, J, and K. Now, as I said, I have chosen the first column. So, last entry here will be I. Then, I have to multiply I with another determinant, which is obtained by removing the row and column where I is present. So, simply ignore. I is there. Simply ignore the row and column where I is present. So, I will have B, C, E, F. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes?
sir.
B, C, E, F. Now, again, we know how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. If you calculate all these things, you can find it. So after calculation, you can see that these two values are same. So whether you find using rows or using columns, after the whole scenario, you will get the same value. All of you can find it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now what are you going to do? Some example. Yes? So all of you are going to help me. Okay, first tell me, okay, one of you tell me 9 entries.
2, 3, 4,
2,
5,
3, 4, 5, then
8,
8, and
6,
6, and 3 more.
10,
10,
minus 1,
minus 1. Okay,
and minus 2.
minus 2. Okay. Now, the others will help me how to find the determinant. Suppose I choose first row. Yes, if I choose the first row, you can see which one is the first row. It is 2, 3, 4. Do you see? 2, 3, 4 is the first row. Okay, so if I choose the first row, what I have to do? First entry is 2. Yes? Now I have to multiply 2 by a determinant. What is that? If I remove 2, that is the row where 2 is present and the column where 2 is present. What are the entries? What should I write?
8, 6,
8, 6,
minus
6, minus 1, minus
8, 6, minus 1, minus 2. Then what should I write?
minus 3.
minus 3.
So minus 2, because the middle term is negative and I choose the first row. Okay, so now 3. That's
5.
2. Okay, 3. Remove the row and column where 3 is present. 3 is present in the first row and second column. So if I ignore first row and second column, what I have here? 5, 6,
5, 6, 10, minus 2.
10, minus 2.
Minus
Last
2.
term is plus, it is 4. Yes? So I have to ignore the row and column where 4 is present. That is this one. That is I have to ignore first row and third column. So what I have? 5, 8, 10,
10 minus 1.
Okay. Now rest is calculation. Because 2, you know how to find this determinant. So if you want, you can write it in detail. Otherwise, you can simply write the value 8 into minus 2, that is minus 16. Yes? Then minus 1 into 6. Minus 1 into 6, it is minus 6. Ultimately, it will be plus. Yes, do you see it? So here 5 to the minus 10 and minus 16. Yes? All of you get it? So here 5 into minus 1, it is minus 5, then minus 18. Okay, can you tell me the answer, any of you, quickly? After the whole calculation?
Minus 570.
Minus 570. Hope others will verify. I don't know whether it is correct or not. I just believe that. Okay? I don't know it. Now, if you want, you can find using column also. If I, okay, let me once write the expression. If I choose the column 2, 5, 10, okay, so you can see 2, then corresponding determinant. 2 corresponding determinant, it is 8, 6, minus 1, minus 2. Yes? You can see 8, 6, minus 1, minus 2. If I switch column, then second entry is 5. So here I have minus 5. So minus 5. So entry will be 5. So 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2. Yes? Do you see? So 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2. Then I have plus, what is the entry? 10.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Then
sir.
if I choose 10, then entry will be 3, 4, 8, 6. Got it? So 3, 4, 8, 6. Now again, if you simplify, you will get the same number. If that is 750 or 570, whatever it is, you will get same number. Clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Determine, suppose 1, 2, 3, 0, 4, 5, 0, 0, 6. Can you tell me what will be the answer? So, isn't it a special term?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, it is upper triangular matrix, yes? So,
Yes,
if you
sir.
calculate,
Yes, sir.
after that, can you tell me, any of you, what will be the answer? It is
24.
24. Do you see? If you want to find in terms of row, if you choose first row, it may be a bit complicated, not that complicated. You have to find 3 steps, but 3 values. If you want to find in terms of column, first column, do you see? First, what I have? Do you see? If you choose column, then first 1, then remaining 4, 6, 5, 0. This one. Yes? Then next entry is 0 times some matrix. Then again, sorry, this one is minus. Then again, plus. Yes, do you see other 2 entries are automatically 0 because this one, in the diagonal I have these 2 zeros in the first column. Do you see? So clearly the value is 4 into 6, 24. Got it? But if you find in terms of rows, the other 2 entries will be again non-zero. So you have to calculate. So sometimes it is easier to calculate in terms of. Got it? So what you see here, if you have an upper triangular matrix, then the determinant can be easily found. What is that? Simply product of the diagonal entries. Do you see here?
Yes, sir.
So if we consider more special matrix like the diagonal matrix. So diagonal matrix is also a upper triangular matrix. So you can find similarly because diagonal matrix will be 2, 3, 5. All these entries will be 0. So in that case also, you can find the determinant as a product of all the diagonal entries. So if it is scalar matrix, if it is identity matrix, or if it is any upper triangular, lower triangular matrix, it is very easy to calculate. Okay? Suppose I have identity matrix of any order. 1, 1, 1. Suppose 3. Okay? So you can easily find what is the determinant. It is, oh sorry, I should determinant. Okay? So what is the determinant? So of any order, if I have identity matrix, it is always 1. Do you see it? Because it is upper triangular, because it is diagonal, or if you simply expand it, I will have only one term. If I choose first row, I will have this particular submatrix, then others are all 0. Now, do you think this will happen? If I have 2 matrices, and if I add them, and then take the determinant, do you think this will be same as you expect? Actually, the answer is no. It is generally not true. Okay? It is generally not true. But in case of product, it is surprising. So if you have 2 matrices A and B, and then if you try this one, if you consider any matrix, and of course here square matrix of same order, A and B 3 by 3, 2 by 2, then this one holds. This one is always true. This one is actually a bit surprising. You know how to find the determinant of A and B. So until this thing, but still this one holds. This one is very important. So take as a homework. So all of you take 2 different matrices of order 3 by 3 A and B. Then please verify this one. First multiply A and B, then the determinant, what you get, keep it aside, then find the individual determinant, then multiply. You will get the same number. And this is what. I discuss okay, you can see there are some properties. Can you read them?
Yes, sir.
No. Okay. So what is the first one? What is the first one? Do you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is that? Yes. If rows and columns are interchanged, then what do you get? The same determinant. That is, if you have a matrix A, okay, then if I take its transpose, yes, then both will have the same determinant. That is given by this one. That is, determinant of any matrix is same as the determinant of its transpose. Okay? Why so? Because you can find the determinant using row or using column. Yes, the operation. So you can verify it. All of you, please try any matrix. Prepare the 3 by 3 matrix. Then find the determinant. Also find its transpose and then find its determinant. You will get the same matrix. I think all of you can verify. Yes. Then what is written? The second step. Do you see? The second property. If I have a matrix where one of the row or one of the column is entirely zero. Yes? Something like, suppose 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you want to calculate, sorry. So if I have a matrix like this, so instead of the second row, once assume if the first row is entirely zero, what will happen? So as I said, you can find the determinant using row or column. If you choose the first row or second row, whatever, wherever the zero entries are. Yes? Instead of that, as I said, suppose I have 0, 0, 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if I want to expand it, first I'll have 0 something, minus 0 again something, plus 0 something. Yes? So ultimately I will have 0. Got it? All of you? So if I have a 0 row or 0 column, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if we have a 0 matrix, or then of course the value of the 0 matrix is 0. That is, determinant is 0. But instead of that, if we have a 0 row or a 0 column, that is, if we have a row which is entirely 0, or if you have a column which is entirely 0, then the determinant is also 0. Got it? Now the third point. Do you see? If two rows or two columns are proportional or identical, then the determinant is 0. But they mean proportional or identical. Suppose I have 5, 4, 6. Suppose I have again 5, 4, 6. There is two are identical. Okay, whatever I have 7, 8, 9, it's very important. So this one is 0. Got it? So if two rows or two columns are identical, then the determinant is 0. Okay? What more, it is written there, even if they are proportional, then also it is 0. So why so? Matrix, any matrix, 3 by 3. Suppose I have 2, 3, 4. First column is this one. Second is, suppose it's multiple. Two times 4, 6, 8. Whatever be the entries here, minus 100, 20, 6, 7. Even then, the determinant is 0. You understand? If one particular column, here second column, is a multiple of the first column, do you see? Or in other words, they are said to be proportional. So proportional here means 2:4. Whatever be the ratio, 2 by 4, it is same as 3 by 6, which is again same as 4 by 8. Or if one column is a multiple of another column, or if one row is a multiple of another row, then the value of the determinant is 10. What's 10? Where it is 0. Got it? If two rows or two columns are proportional, or in other words, if one row or one column is a multiple of another row or another column, then the determinant is 0. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt? Any of you? You can ask me. By the time, let me delete this one. Right. So now moving to the next point, you can read it. What is that? Can you read? If you interchange any two rows, got it? If you interchange any two rows or columns, then the determinant changes in sign. That means if I have a determinant, suppose this one, okay, where as it is 0, let me take slightly different. Suppose instead of 4, if I write 5. Okay, now second column is not a multiple of the first, so it will have some value. So suppose the value is some k, there will be some number k. Then what the property says, if we interchange two rows or two columns, suppose I interchange first two columns, okay, make 5, 6, 8 as first column and 2, 3, 4 as the second column, and the others will be same. Then the value is simply negative of this one. Numerical value will be same, but value will be negative of that one. Do you get it? Similarly, if we interchange two rows, if we displace two rows or two columns, simply the value will get same. That's it. Any confusion? Anyone? No.
No, sir.
Okay. So simply, if we interchange two rows or two columns, then what we get, the value same, but sign will be negative of the previous one. Okay. Now we have another property. You can see. Okay. Can you read them? Before I. Okay. So okay, still there. Okay. Let us move to this property. So what do you see here? If all the elements of a row or a column are multiplied by a non-zero constant, then the determinant gets multiplied by the same constant. What do you see here? So if I have a multiply, okay, if I have a matrix, okay, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, minus 9. Okay, so it will be, okay, let us use the symbol of determinant. Okay, determinant. So it will have some value. Suppose again, suppose k. Then what the result is, if you multiply one row or one column by a constant, non-zero constant. Suppose now, if I multiply the first column here by 2, suppose 2, there are 8 and 14. Do you see? I have multiplied the first column by 2. The other entries remaining same. Okay? What will happen? The value will be twice k. Do you see this one? If you multiply only one row, not the entire matrix. If you multiply only one row or one column by a scalar, then simply the determinant gets multiplied by that number. Is it clear? Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, you can do for rows. Now I have a question. Suppose A is a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, A is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay. Now, if I multiply A by some, so if you multiply matrix by k, it means you will multiply every entry of A by k. Got it? So, from this particular result, what you say, if you multiply by k, then it will be, if you are confused with the symbol k, got it? So if you multiply only the first column, then it is k times of determinant of A. But k times of the matrix A, it means you are multiplying all the entries of the matrix by k. That means you are multiplying first column, second column, third column. If you multiply first column, it is k times of determinant of A. If you again multiply the second column, it is again k times. If you again multiply the third column, that is all the entries, then it is k cube times a. Got it? Any question?
No, sir.
Hello? Okay. Similarly, if I generalize the question, suppose instead of writing 3 by 3, if I write n cross n, that is if A is a n cross n matrix, then this will be k to the power n. Because if you multiply the first column by k, it is k times determinant of A. If you multiply the second column, it is again k times. So if you multiply all the entries of A by k, that means you are multiplying n columns of matrix A by k. That is, it is k to the power n. Is it clear? So A is an n by n matrix, then determinant of k will be k to the power n times determinant of k. Any question? Any of you? You may find it difficult. If you think so, you can tell me. And I will describe the next property. So I could not write it here. Okay. What is the property here? Determinant remains unaltered under the operation or the form. Okay, let me write. Suppose I write Ri tends to, you will find it difficult to understand. Explain it. Suppose some alpha times Rj plus some beta times Rk, or let me write Ci, the same operation, Ci plus some alpha times Cj plus some beta times Ck. Here you can see here J and K should not be equal to I. So what do you mean here? Suppose I have a matrix. Okay, I will write simple number. Okay, let us skip 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let us write the symbol of 10. Okay. Whatever be the value of this one, it is same as if I choose 2 rows and add them. Suppose here Ri means ith row or Ci means ith column. Okay. Suppose if I choose first row and add it with second row. Okay. Or if I multiply this by some number. Okay. In simple, suppose I add the first 2 rows. What I have here 6, 8, then 10. Is it? So I replace the first row by simply row 1 plus row 2. That's it. Then the determinant will be 10. That is the theorem says. Any question? And what more? If you want to add all the rows, it's fine. If you want to add all the rows with first row, that is R1, if you change R1 by R1 plus R2 plus R3, then also the determinant will be same. What more you can do? If you want to multiply the second row by some alpha, maybe 2, okay? Here, what I have done in the whole process, I replace R1 by R1 plus R2. Got it? Instead of that, what you can do, if you do any other operation, if you replace R1 by R1 plus suppose 5 R2, then also the determinant will change. Or suppose some 6 times of R3, then also the determinant will remain same. That is the theorem says. Similarly for column. Or instead of 5, you can choose -5 also. Got it? If you replace any row by this operation, that is R1, if you replace R1 by R1 plus R2, R1 plus 5 R2, R1 plus 5 R3, or R1 plus some alpha Rj plus some beta Rk, if you apply this operation, the value of the determinant remains same. I think some of you are getting confused. You can ask me. No questions? Okay, then let me give you some questions as you can consider them homework. Okay. Now, can you solve something like suppose x, suppose plus 6 here, suppose 5 here. You can find the determinant, all of you? Can you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now suppose if I equate it to 4, suppose 9. You can find both the determinant, and if I give the equal sign, then you know the question. What is that?
Find the value of
26.
x.
Okay. All of you can find it. So find the determinant in the left hand side. You will get some value in terms of x. Then here in the right hand side you have all the numbers. So you can again find that one and solve it for x. Okay. Now again try a bit complicated one. Suppose 2 minus x, 2 plus x, again 2 plus x. Okay. Again 2 plus x. Again suppose 2 minus x, again 2 plus x, 2 plus x, 2 plus x. So what I have done, diagonals are 2 minus x, others are all 2 plus x. Okay. Then again the same question, find x. So it is 3 by 3. First one is 2 by 2. Can you find it? How to find the determinant? You can use the different properties that I have discussed, or if you want, you can directly find using the definition. Okay? Can you find it, all of you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If
sir.
any of you need any help, then you can tell me privately. Okay? Let me give you some determinant that you can find. A, B, C. Numbers you can find, all of you. Yes? So I am giving you in terms of symbol. Can you find it now? Simply apply the
Yes, sir.
definition.
Yes, sir.
You know
Okay,
any
sir.
other. Okay, you can use property, or at least you can find using definition. Okay. Okay. Let me give some more. Like this. Okay. Fine. Suppose here all are equal to 1. Suppose here A, B, C. Here suppose you should A square. Suppose B square, then C square. I don't know whether it is easy or tough, but I think all of you can find it. Okay. If you can apply some properties, then it will be simpler, a bit easier. Otherwise, at least you can find using definition. Okay. The same one you can do 1, 1, 1. Suppose A, B, C. Instead of A square, if I write A cube, then can you find it? All of you, please try it. Yes? Okay. Then let me give you another one. Suppose 0 here, A here, B here. Okay. Then suppose minus A, 0, so C here. Then minus B, minus C, 0. So is the special matrix? Any of you can tell me? The last one?
Yes,
You know,
sir.
what kind of specialty is that?
Skew symmetric.
Okay, symmetric. So what I mean actually, if you have a symmetric matrix of order 3 or order 4 or order 5, means if you have a symmetric matrix of odd order, then determinant is always special. You have a special number in case of symmetric matrix of odd order. So here 3 by 3 matrix, symmetry, you can choose any number, but ultimately you get a very special number. Okay, so if you want, I can give you some more, but already time is over. So all of you, please try them and let me know if you find any difficulties. I'm here. Okay? Then I think I should stop here. Okay? See you in our next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.